Hi guys, welcome to Module 3 and the triple threat approach system. So in this video, in video 1, we're going to look at an overview of the 3 different approaches to selling video and video services to local businesses. And in the following videos in Module 3, we're going to break down each individual approach, showing you how to do it, okay? So we have 3 different approaches here, and each lend themselves to different situations and niches, okay? Each has a different offer, both to businesses with video and without video. So in Module 1, we looked at gathering leads and how important it was to take the time to go through each individual lead, find if they've got a video or not, for example, based on these approaches, because we have a different approach for businesses that have a video and we have a different approach for businesses that don't have a video. So depending on whom you are targeting, you will need to focus or will need to work out, which approach to focus on. Now, the 3 different approaches we're going to be breaking down here are the following. We've got the reverse sales approach. Now, this is an approach based on using the power of free and giving something away with the view to then upselling them video services, okay? And don't worry guys, I'm going to break each one of these down individually in a separate video showing you how we do it. The second approach is the fear of competition approach. This is basically all about using the power of competitor videos to sell. So if you've got competitors or you've got a business that does have an amazing video or has a video in general, we're going to use the power of that to basically sell to their competitors. And we're going to show you that approach in a separate video. And the third approach is the video upgrade approach. And this is all about how to sell video upgrades and other video services to businesses that already have videos locked down. So those businesses that already have amazing videos. And we saw in the landscape gardener example from Module 1, we found a business that already had a video that was fairly good. You know, there wasn't much different we could have done with the video. Maybe, you know, we could have improved the animations and things. I'll talk about that in the video upgrade approach video. But there are other things we can do for him or for them as well. So we're going to show you how to approach businesses that do have video like that and sell video upgrades to businesses. So first off, let's look at the reverse sales approach in the next video. Hey there guys, welcome to the triple threat video system module 1. Now, before we actually get into looking at the different types of videos you can sell, how to go about getting clients, the approaches, all of that good stuff, we need to understand niche targeting first. We need to get this part right before we can sell any video. And if you get this part wrong, which most people do, and if you've ever attempted to sell a video locally or sell a video to another business and you've really struggled to do it, you've probably got this part wrong, or have got parts of this part wrong, which will affect your results when trying to get clients. So choosing and identifying a niche and working out how to target and doing all of this stuff properly initially will bring you the best results. So that's what we're going to cover in this video and the next one, all about niche targeting, finding leads, and how to go about, again, setting yourself up for the best result when it comes to going after clients, closing, and actually getting paid. Now, Module 1, choosing a niche target. So why choose an individual niche? Why not just go out there and start contacting every single business you can? Because again, lots and lots of people do that, and it's the wrong thing to do. You know, they'll send an email to a lawyer, and then they'll send an email to a personal trainer, and then they'll send an email to the local pet shop, and then they'll give a local restaurant a call, and then they'll drop in on a local hair salon. And all of these people you're approaching, you're trying to sell the same thing to all of these different businesses. It doesn't work like that, and it's hard to do it. Sure, you could probably make 1 or 2 sales, but you're going to have to target hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of businesses to try and find that one sale. Whereas if you approach these different niches in different ways and you focus on individual niches and you target properly, you can make sales with just, you know, a handful of emails or a handful of phone calls or whatever. And don't worry, we are going to show you how to approach without having to cold call or any of that stuff. So don't worry about that. I'm just using that as an example. Now, when selling video, there are different types of video you can create quickly and easily. Choosing a niche allows you to focus your prospecting and delivery for best results and focus on selling one type of video. Now, in Module 2 of this triple threat course, we're going to show you several different types of video you can actually sell to local businesses and sell to other businesses, and how to get some of these videos created really easily without doing any of the work. Each of these videos are different, although some of them are going to be very similar in the way the videos are made, as you'll see in Module 2, they're focused on different markets. So, for example, and again, we're going to get into more detail on the types of video in Module 2, but for example, a local landscape gardener would really benefit from a video that showed their work off in a before and after style video. You know, a video that shows the before, you know, how the garden looked before they came in and did a makeover, and then it shows an image of the after shot or something like that. So they would benefit from that video. But would, say for example, a lawyer or solicitor, would they benefit from a before or after video? Probably not. They'd probably benefit from a different style of video, maybe, you know, on camera, you know, maybe commercial style, something that helps build trust, okay? Because that's what their niche is about. So again, these are two different niches, two different types of video. So again, that explains my point pretty well. If we go out there and try and sell the same video to those two niches, you're going to get a different response from each, okay? So if you had before and after style videos and you approached a landscape or a hair salon, a lawyer, a personal trainer, a real estate company, you know, you've probably got a couple of niches I've just named there that could do or benefit from a before and after video, namely the landscape gardener. You could probably do it with a hair salon, although there are probably better videos you can do for a hair salon. You could certainly do one for a personal trainer, obviously before and after. But a lawyer, no. A real estate agent, could they, you know, are you going to do a before and after video for them? Probably not. So again, that, you know, proves a point of if you just go out there blind, you're going to struggle to get results. One of the other things, though, not just types of video, is you'll start to figure out what prospecting channels work and the verbiage to use and what videos get results for your clients so they come back for more. Verbiage is a big thing, and that's what I want to talk about now. My background, I used to be a cold call salesman for a web design and SEO company. We used to sell SEO services to businesses all over the UK. We'd sell web design as well. And my focus when I worked there, and I became the top seller in my office very, very quickly. And the reason why, or one of the biggest fundamental reasons why I did that, was because I targeted just one niche. Whereas all my colleagues were going through, you know, all these leads and they were ringing up you know, they could be calling a hair salon one minute and then they could be calling a lawyer the next and calling a pet shop or whatever the next and you know, a florist the next call. I focused on one niche, and one of the niches that stood out, there was a few I focused on over my time there, but one that I did really well with was couriers and delivery companies. So companies that do all the delivery for companies all over the UK in this case. Now, because I spoke to couriers and delivery companies in general very heavily, I became an expert in the different types of vans these couriers drove, what the vans fit in them, i.e. how many pallets you could get in the back, how many boxes, this type of weight you could fit in the back of different vans. All of this stuff. So all of my conversations were about these things. And I knew what to say to couriers and delivery companies to kind of get on their level, if you will, use, as we say here, verbiage. Now, this knowledge put me on my potential customers' level, made it much easier to close sales. Knowing your customer and what their problems are will allow you to close more sales. The more couriers I spoke to and dealt with, the more I realized what the main problems were. I mean, this is, you know, sales 101, but nobody does it. So if you focus on one niche, you start to realize what pain points there are to help sell video, but most importantly as well, you get to see the types of video these niches get excited with. You know, you might have a before and after video. You might approach a hair salon a load of times and none of them are biting, and then you approach a hair salon and change it up and use a different style of video, and you get all the same hair salons really interested because they're not interested in the type of video you're selling. You're only going to work that out when you actually go out and speak to one niche in particular and start working out how they work. So again, using verbiage helps sell, and targeting one niche, you'll get to understand that niche and understand your target market. Really, really important. Now, niche finding in general is easier when you have a niche to focus on. We all know that. Easier to close sales. But getting leads dependent on the niche is exactly the same. And I'm not saying here right now you have to pick a niche right now. So you have to pick hair salons and you cannot go after any other business. You know, I'm not saying that at all. You do want to be flexible, but you want to keep it in mind that if you're chopping and changing every 2 minutes, you're never going to find a rhythm. You're never going to make any sales. So as far as getting leads for the different businesses, it's pretty much exactly the same. There will be certain areas you can tap into for leads, and some will be niche specific. So as an example, I've used hair salons there. I know in the UK, and I'm sure they have one in other countries of the world, wherever you are, they have like the Good Salon Guide. So the Good Salon Guide is a directory of hair salons, and they're ranked based on how good they are. You've got restaurant directories, restaurant specific sites that will critique and talk about and review websites. You know, you can pick up leads from these areas. So some niches will have specific areas you can get leads from. Different lead sources will provide different qualities of leads, and this is really important. This will vary niche to niche. Now, focusing on one niche will mean you find out what works and where the best leads are for that niche. Again, another reason to focus on one. This, coupled with your knowledge of your client's business or their businesses, again, speaking to more verbiage, means you'll close more sales. And focusing on one niche allows you to focus on selling the benefits of just one type of video. And we're going to get into the types of video in Module 2 as mentioned. Now, let me talk about finding leads. In the next video, I'm actually going to go through and find some leads live on screen and show you the types of information we're looking for a lead to go in our pile, if you will, to contact. But I want to talk about finding leads now and the kind of things we're looking for here and the best way to do this, because it's not always the same. Now, leads are absolutely everywhere. You know, there's Google, there's online business directories, as I mentioned. There's leads you can find offline. You know, you looking at any, shop, notice board right now, you get flyers through your door, you walk into businesses, you've got a wealth of businesses who will buy video. The best thing with video, and what we're finding, what you'll find, is there's not many businesses that have adapted it and embraced it yet, okay? So there's so many leads to go at. Social media is another area. There's sites like Groupon. But it's important to understand what makes a good prospect. Now, most people think they've got a good prospect or a good lead if they find an email to an owner or a phone number of an owner. Having an email or a phone number, a direct phone number to an owner of a business, doesn't necessarily give you a good prospect, okay? So I want to crush that myth right now. That's really important to understand, because many think, oh yeah, I can find emails for businesses. That means I've got some hot leads. It doesn't, okay? What makes a good prospect is finding businesses that are actively marketing online. Businesses that are actively investing in marketing if possible too. So let's take this example. A business is paying for Google AdWords, okay? So you go onto Google, you type in any niche in any area, you're gonna find businesses on there that are already paying for pay-per-click. Those businesses are likely going to be more open to your approach than a business, for example, that doesn't do any paid advertising and they just stick themselves on odd free directories. They pop some Word document print-offs through the post that they've knocked up their own flyers. You know, that type of business is probably going to be fairly closed off to spending money and investing in their business, because if they were open to investing in their business, they wouldn't have probably spent a few hours knocking together a flyer that looks terrible. They'd have gone onto Vistaprint or some big website and got flyers for, $10 or whatever, okay? So this is the difference, and the mindset is going to be different for each of these different business owners. And again, the mindset will change the way you sell to them and will make it easier. If a business is actively spending and investing in, say, pay-per-click, or is on Groupon, they're investing, they're spending to gain customers, or they're on Facebook and they're actively marketing on Facebook, they're putting together some good campaigns on the fan page or Instagram or whatever, they're even paying for ads, go and like some pages and wait for their ads to pop up. If that's happening, those businesses are going to be more likely to want to know what you can do to improve their results, which is what we're going to do in our approach with video, as I'm going to explain in Module 3. But they're going to be more open to that than a business that is doing everything possible not to spend money, okay? And that's the one thing you need to understand when finding leads. A good prospect isn't the fact you get an email or a phone number to an owner. That's only half the battle. A good prospect is a business that understands that spending money on things like video and improving their marketing online is a benefit, not something that's a hindrance or an expense, okay? One is actively trying to get new business, basically, and will invest more to do it. The other is trying to do things without spending money and will avoid it like the plague. They will tell you they've no money. They will tell you they don't invest, they don't need advertising, they're not interested. So we don't want to waste our time on businesses that are not likely going to be open to embracing what we can do for them. Areas of great focus, as mentioned, Google, social media, Groupon, all these things, all hold the key to active businesses when it comes to marketing and investing. So when it comes to choosing a niche, you can go after any niche. It isn't a case of what are the best niches to target. Depending on the way you want to deliver video, in Module 2, David's going to go through the different types of video you can create for businesses. We've got several different types you can do, and depending on which you choose to actually go after will depend on the types of niches you go for. But in general, guys, understanding that you just need to target one niche or just a handful of niches, but focus on one at a time, and focusing on businesses that are actively marketing and investing online is going to heighten your chances of closing sales dramatically. Okay. Now, in the next video, that brings us to the end of this video. In the next video, we're going to understand leads. So I'm going to take you on Google, or take you online, if I will, and basically show you how to identify leads, the types of information you're looking for, and again, finding businesses we can actually approach. So I will see you in the next video. Hey guys, welcome back to this video. And in this particular video here, I want to talk about dealing with responses and actually making sales. So in this module, we've gone through 3 different approaches: the reverse sales approach, the fear of competition approach, and of course the video upgrade approach. And we've spoke about how to go and obviously send those emails, what to do, finding leads, all of that stuff in this entire course. But what happens when you actually get a response? That's what we're going to talk about in this particular video. So dealing with responses. Now, all approaches are about one thing: getting a response. We don't want to try and sell in the first email. This is where many people go wrong. You see, most people think, okay, I'm going to fire an email over to this business who needs a video right now. I could really help them with a video. I'll fire an email over, tell them about my video business, my video website, my video service, and how much I can charge for a video. It's really cheap. And most people try and put this entire sales pitch, if you will, into one email, into the very first email contact. You might have done that in the past yourself. It's the wrong way to do it, and that's probably why you've never had any results from it, or you've struggled with that if you have tried that. It's because you're basically laying all your cards on the table, and a business owner's only bothered about one thing: price. So we don't want to talk about price at this point. There's no point talking about price if we're selling a service, because we've not even explained what the service is, how the service is going to benefit the business. All we've done at this point is approached the actual business itself, or the prospects. So we need to take things one step at a time. We don't try and sell anything in the first email, as we know from our approaches. All those approach emails are for is to get a response. We're essentially looking for interested people. That is what the email approaches do. Once we get a response, it's on. So here are a few different responses we've had from our emails that again, I'm just going to read through these, but I'm going to then dissect one of these and just explain how we would respond to these. So first one here: hi, we're always interested to see what we could see how we could improve our videos. Could you send me more details on what it is you do? Second one: hi, we're actually looking for some help with creating a video at the moment for our business. I've gathered a few quotes. If you can send over a quote with more information of what you can do, we would be happy to take a look. Those two are pretty similar. And then we've got the one at the bottom: I'm always skeptical when it comes to these types of emails, but I'll buy. Can you give me some more info or call me on? And there's the number, after 2 p.m. Now, these emails are essentially responses to the approaches that we've seen in the last 3 videos. Okay, so these are the types of responses, replies that you're going to likely see. Okay. So how do we actually respond to these? What do we do when that happens? When your inbox lights up and somebody's responded to your email, what do you do? Well, first off, if someone asks for a call, you need to do it. So I just want to bring your attention back to these responses and look at the very bottom one from a Dan there that's basically saying, can you send me more info or call me on? And he's put his mobile number or cell phone, if you're in the US, number in there, after 2 p.m. So he's basically asked us to call him to explain. Now, if someone does that, you've got to do that. Now, again, you might be thinking, oh, I don't want to get on a phone. I'm not interested in picking up the phone. You don't have to do that, okay? I'm going to explain in a moment how we respond via email if you're not somebody that feels comfortable getting on the phone. But think about it. If somebody specifically says, give me a call on this number, and you don't do it, you're basically not following through, okay? And you email them back, they're going to essentially look at that in the wrong way, okay? Plus, it's easier to sell on the phone than it is via email. When you're selling via email, the one downside to trying to make sales via email, especially in this way, is you can never answer any objections. So say, for example, you're speaking to a hair salon, okay, and you're talking about doing a video for them, a before and after video, and they're interested in video. They've said, I'm interested in video, we're looking at it, what can you do? And you start emailing them about a before and after video. But they're not really interested in a before and after video. They're more interested in having a big commercial style video done for their salon. But they can't tell you that in the email. They're just saying, we're interested in getting a video done. What is it you can do? There is assuming that you might be able to do something like what they want, but you don't know that. So you end up responding saying, we do these before and after videos. They look at the video and say, yeah, I'm not interested in this. Sorry, thanks, bye. Okay? Although you could probably deliver the other type of video, they don't know that because it's via email. They can't ask you that question. So again, via email, you have the downside of not ever being able to be flexible or handle any objections, handle any specific questions or concerns. You might, again, be able to do that via email, but you're only going to be able to do that if they actually type that concern, that question or objection in the email. And most business owners won't do that. Now, the other downside to email is you not being able to work out how they're responding in regards to how they're reacting to what you're sending them. So you don't know, if you show them a video and you explain, oh, you can do this with it, that with it, this with it. If you're speaking to someone and they respond to you based on what you can do for them and the benefits, and they respond to you really excitedly about it and give you, oh yeah, I could, yeah, that's a really good idea. They're probably really interested and they will probably go through and buy your service. If you're telling that to someone and they don't really get it, and they're not really responding, if you're speaking to them, you can work that out. Or they don't get it. Actually, I can tell now from the way they're reacting that they don't really get what I'm saying here. Let me reword it, or let me try a different route. Via email, we don't get that opportunity. So again, if someone asks for a call, take that opportunity, guys. It's the easiest way to sell. You need to do it. Now, not all of them will ask for a call, and in fact, you will probably find 80-90% of the responses you get will want you to respond via email, because most, especially if you're talking about local businesses, most are worried that you're going to hard sell them. So because that's what the market is like right now. So most will just respond and want you to send details via email. In fact, you will find a lot of businesses that do respond actually physically say, can you send me some more details via email? Please email me more details. So they specifically request it. So people asking for a call, don't worry, that's not going to happen every time. In fact, it's very, very rare in the regards of when that happens, a small percentage. But when it happens, do it. The rest are going to be via email. Now, responses via email are going to depend on what the prospect has said in the email. But you want to keep things fairly vague in a response initially to avoid them making a decision based on little facts and understanding. I've kind of covered this. What that means is, if we're sending over a response to their reply, so we've got these types of replies, we're now sending over an email. If we lay out absolutely everything in an email, we're talking like, a huge essay of what we can do, the types of videos, what we charge, all of that stuff. What's going to happen is they're going to scan the email. They probably won't read it all. They'll scan it, and things that will jump out to them are the wrong types of things like the price. So they'll see a price tag of, $1,000. So they'll see $1,000. That's what their eyes will be drawn to when they skim the email. Be like, oh, yeah, I can't afford $1,000. No, I'm not interested. But they don't really know what the $1,000 covers. For all they know, that email could have said, we'll give you $10,000 worth of gold if you give us $1,000. Obviously, if they read the full email, they would happily spend that $1,000. But they've not done that. So you've got to keep that in mind. If you try and put everything in this first response, that it's going to be skimmed. And if it gets skimmed, they're going to pick out the bits they don't, the bits that are going to, again, push them away from any sort of deal. Now, I will go through responses in a minute. We're going to actually dissect an approach. But remember that they responded, guys. It isn't cold anymore. If you have somebody responding to an email, a business owner wouldn't do that unless they are interested. They wouldn't spend the time to even give you the time of day, the second of a day, if they're not interested in what you've got. Now, they might not be interested in buying right now because they don't really know what there is to buy, but they are interested in video. Because they've responded. So you have to remember that. That's the biggest thing to remember because it'll give you confidence in the way you sell. Okay. Now, let's look at an actual approach here. Dissect the way we would respond to this one. Now, I can't give you specifics here, guys. I'm not going to be able to type out a full email swipe you can copy and paste, because it's going to be different based on every single response you get. Some people might have a video they want to create and might send you an example. Some people just want some details. Some people just want a price. You know, you're going to get so many different responses. You are going to have to do this one by one manually. And again, when you're responding to somebody that's responded anyway, you're dealing with someone that's interested. So you want to make sure you personalize and focus on writing individual responses to every individual reply. Okay, so response via email. The first response essentially is we just reiterate in more detail what it is we can do. So we base our response more on the business though, using examples of their company within it. So within the approaches that we showed, they're very, very broad. They're very vague. We don't specifically mention anything for, I mean, the emails are going to look very personal when we send it because of the way the emails are written. But we don't actually, we can send the same email to multiple businesses. We don't have to change it, okay, much. I mean, we might have to change one or two things, business name, things like that, but generally we don't change it. With the responses, we're going to be more personal. We're going to focus our responses based on their company, okay? So for example, if we're going to be selling a video, okay, again, this is probably the wrong response to do it on, because this response, as you can see here, is all about improving the videos they've already got. But I will give you another example. But say, for example, if somebody's come back to you that doesn't have a video and you're trying to sell them a video, a great example would be, say a landscape gardener. You have an amazing landscape gardening portfolio. I've been looking through it on your website. I especially love the little rockery pool before and after shot you did. Did that take long? I think that would really work. That would work really well in a video. You know, like a before and after video. So what that basically is doing, guys, is it's showing that we've actually dug into their website and we're picking out specifics. So you're basically framing how a video could work for that particular business. Now, in regards to this example we've got on screen here, we're always interested to see how we could improve our videos. This is a response to a video upgrade email. So we would go with something like, well, I can see within your video you've got some amazing shots in there, amazing before and after shots. The problem I see is you've no actual branding in your video. So for example, at the beginning of your video, you've got your landscape gardening, whatever your company name is. We showed a great example actually in module 1. You got your company name come up on screen as a little text file, but it doesn't look professional at all. Check out this example of one of our logo animations. We could do this and pop it right in the front of your video. It would immediately set a precedent for the rest of the video. It's going to set that professionalism perfectly. So there's how we would respond. So we're using their video as the example. We're pointing out things. We could then go on to say, I can see you've got a Facebook page. And on your Facebook page, I can see you don't really get any, you've not got many likes on there. You don't really get any engagement on there. What we could do is help you with that. We can take your video and distribute it on Facebook and make it go viral with the use of Facebook video ads. So these work in this way. So what we're doing there is we're picking out things in their business again and using it to sell what we do. Now, in the first response email we're going to do here, guys, we're not going to mention any cost, okay? Even if they ask for a cost, we don't put it in there. Because at this point, the responder is literally just fishing. They're just fishing around to see what it is we do. They've obviously got interest or they wouldn't respond, but they don't know if they're interested in this yet. So we've got to kind of work that out. Any hint of price on the page will be spotted immediately. That's what we were saying just earlier. People skim. If you've got a price on there, their eyes are going to pick it out straight away and they're going to automatically think, I can't afford to spend this money. But they don't really know what it is you're going to do for that. You know, they could invest $1,000 right now in your video upgrade service where you distribute the video on Facebook and you rank it on YouTube. That $1,000 could turn into $50,000 over the next 2 years for them in business. But they don't know that at this point. So we don't want to be giving price away until they really understand what it is we can do for them. So we're more reiterating what we can do, giving some specific examples of benefits of what we can do based on their business. And then we basically are just asking if they'd be interested in that. So we're sprinkling a little excitement, paint the picture of what we can do and how it will benefit them with examples. After that point, there's two things we can do. The first one is go for a phone call. So if you are comfortable with getting on the phone, within this first reply you're doing, you can pop a number in there or pop a question there saying, I'm available tomorrow morning. Would you be available to have a quick chat for 10 minutes? Are you available now for 10 minutes? So I can give you a quick call. If you can get them on the phone, you're comfortable with that, it's going to give you a better opportunity to sell. But if you're not, You can ask if they think they'd be interested, or would you see a benefit for your business if we could do all of these things after you've laid that sprinkle of excitement in there. Obviously, on the next reply, you can lay out the terms of the deal, the costs, how the free giveaway works, how you go about upgrading their current video marketing efforts, all of these little things, especially costs and how it would all work if they decided to say yes to you. The reason we wait a couple of replies down the line to give them this information or to deliver that is, again, we're building them up. We need to sell them on the whole benefit of what you can do first. They need to be sold on video. They need to be sold on how video can help them. They need to be sold on how you can help them with video and how you can benefit them in a way that they're going to make more money than what they invest. Once you've got to that point and they understand that, that's when you can lay out, well, all we charge is this. And again, this is how we work. So we can get this working straight away. We get you set up right away. I can actually get one of these logo animations created today. We can have that on the front of your video. I can put it on, or you can get your current videographer to do it. Then we can work on this. As far as distributing on Facebook, this is how it works. So we would basically dissect your entire audience. We would come up with an amazing audience based on you and what you do. We'd maybe have a little bit of a chat with you about, who you wanted to target, talk about that, how we could do that. Then we'd lay out a budget, and we can start the budget really, really low, to get it started to see how it all works. So again, that's how you would do that at that point, guys. So it works over a series of replies, and all you've got to remember here, guys, is you're the expert. You know how to use video. You know how businesses can use video. You could be sat with a friend right now who runs a business. You could have a friend who runs a hair salon. You might have. You could have a friend who runs a plumbing business. You could have a friend who runs an estate agency, or a friend who runs a pet shop. And if they came and asked you right now today, I'm thinking of using video in my business. Could you give me any ideas on how I could do that? You could reel off. You could probably speak for half an hour of what they could do. That's all we're doing in this scenario here, guys, is just showing people what they can do, and then again giving them a cost once they understand the offer involved, guys. So that brings us to the end of this video, and that's how you deal with responses to the different approaches you're getting. And again, guys, it's as easy as that. Don't worry about it. You've got to take action to start moving with this, guys. You've got to take action to start getting replies. You might not get it right first time around. You might not be able to close the very first reply you get, or the second or the third. But once you keep this moving and you keep this action going, you will start to close some of these deals, and you start to make money, and that's when you can start getting more confident because you know what works and how to approach your follow-ups in the best possible way. So that brings me to the end of the video. Hope you've enjoyed this course, guys. Any questions, let us know. But it's now, guys, time for you to take action. Hey guys, welcome to video 2 here of module 1, choosing a niche to target. And in this particular video, we're going to be looking at finding and actually analyzing businesses to find leads that we're going to take into the approach and businesses we're basically going to contact with the view of selling video services. Now, before we actually go on to, say, Google, and I'll show you some examples and show you what to look for, there are several things we need to find to be able to approach. And I just want to point these out first. When we go into Google, which I'll do fairly quickly, you're not missing out on any of these points. Now, firstly, active businesses when it comes to marketing. We already know this from video 1. We need to focus on finding businesses actively marketing. Google's a great place to start with this. We then want to look at, does the business in question, so the businesses we're finding that are actively marketing and investing in marketing, do they currently have a video? To sell video to any business, we need to know whether they already have it or not. We can sell to both, by the way. We're going to show you an approach, or part of the approaches we're actually going to show you in module 3. I'm going to show you how to sell video to businesses that don't currently have video, but we're also going to show you how to sell video upgrades and more services to businesses that do have video. So we need to basically know this before we approach. There's no point just blanket approaching people en masse. That just does not get you any results. And if you've tried that in the past and not got any results from it, that's probably why, because you're approaching all on a blanket mass. It's much easier than that if we can drill down a little bit further. So we need to identify businesses that have or don't have a video. We then need the best form of contact as well, and we need to basically list out the bits of contact we can get. We need to find the best way to contact businesses we find, ideally with email initially. I know watching this video, lots of you won't want to do any of the cold calling or any of that hard stuff, so we're going to focus on email, and email can generally get you quicker responses, and it can also make sure that you only speak to businesses that really do want to speak to you, and that's what this is all about. So there are these three things. We need to look at active businesses on marketing. We need to look at businesses, do they have a video or not? Can they use a video? Okay, which is obviously going to be important, but that goes without saying. And we then need to basically find the best form of contact. So let me take you onto Google now, and I will do a quick search, and I'll show you how we're going to dissect all the listings and show you how to actually find businesses that are going to be worth targeting. So I'll see you in just a second. Okay, welcome back. Now, in this part of the video, what I want to do, guys, is I'm going to use Google. Now, if you're wondering where to actually find leads, the best areas, Google is probably the best place for anybody to basically start. You can probably get enough leads from Google alone to keep you busy for a long, long time, regardless of the niche you're targeting. Google is going to tick every single box for us with this, but not only is Google great, you can stay in one place. Now, you can always branch out to other areas, you know, all the directories and things like that, and you can go and dig for other areas to find leads. But again, you can stay really busy on Google. Now, I'm just going to use the example here of a landscape gardener. So if I wanted to approach landscape gardeners and I want to go and sell video to landscape gardeners, I am going to just come and search that on Google. I'm going to search that in the area I want to target. I've just got Manchester here as an example, but you, wherever you're targeting, if locally, you don't have to keep it local fully. You can target businesses anywhere. We've sold video to businesses in the UK, in the US, all over the world. So you can essentially target wherever you want, okay? But I'm just using this example now to show you how we then go through and basically dissect all the information we have on screen here to find leads and what we do. Okay, so you search the niche and in an area first. So landscape gardener, and I've got Manchester here, and you can do this for every single city area in your country, and to get as many leads as you want to go at forever. I'm just going to use this example now. Remember, the first fundamental thing we need to focus on is businesses that are actively marketing and investing in their marketing online. Any of these businesses on the top page of Google will be doing that. You've got the ads. So obviously the ones with the yellow ad icon, these are all paying to be on the top page on a pay-per-click basis, okay? So again, perfect targets. They know they need to pay to be on here. They know they need to pay to get clients. Perfect to target. Secondly, anybody that's on the top page of Google nowadays is likely paying somebody to keep them up there. Whether it be within this area here on the Google Places or the local listings, or whether it be in the organic search, they are likely paying somebody to appear up here, because it's not as easy to just get number one on Google anymore, okay? So again, they know they need to do that. They know they need to market and invest in their businesses, which makes this a huge area for targeting. Now, what we need to do is literally go through them all one by one. And this is what I was saying beforehand. If you just blanket contact every single one of these businesses, you're not going to get the response you want. You need to understand the different businesses. You need to find out where their businesses are currently at. You know, looking at a business website alone gives you a good idea of if this business is going to probably be open to a video, or is this business going to benefit from having a video. You can also find other opportunities for selling as well. So let me show you, and we'll go through a few of these. So well, the first one here, which is NB Gardens. We'll open this one here as well. I've opened a few of these guys already just so I can keep this video as quick as possible, and we'll open the one that's number one in the organics, and let's go through every single one. So with every single business on here, you want to be going through them all. So the first one here, we've got MB Landscape and Garden Maintenance. We know this company is currently basically paying to be in the ads, so they obviously know a need to invest. So the first thing we want to do, guys, is we want to find out if they've got a video on their website. Now, if a business has got a video, they're likely going to have it on their homepage. In this case, this business doesn't have it on their homepage. So we can click around their website. Now, I've already pre-done this just to keep this video shorter, guys. But look what I found on the contact page. We find a video. Now, initially, most people would have thought, and you probably thought then while I was talking, yeah, this business doesn't have a video. Yeah, this is a perfect contact. No, you have to dig a little deeper. And again, you have to do this manually, and it is going to take a little bit of time, but it's all worth it. Because if I hadn't digged a little deeper into this particular business, I would have just contacted this business and gone, hey, we sell, with an approach to sell them video with the view of them not having a video. I would assume they don't have one, where in fact they do have one. It's going to make me look pretty stupid when they turn around and say, we already have a video, you got your facts wrong, okay? It's going to kill that lead straight away. So again, guys, we need to dig through to find this, and it's worth going through all the pages, because as you can see, we've got a video down here that if I play, is a video for them, MB Landscapes. It's a long slideshow video they've obviously had made. Doesn't look too bad, actually not a bad effort of a video there, but it's hidden on their contact page. But I now know this business has a video, so I can get a spreadsheet up, I can put the business name in, put the URL in, I can then put video, yes or no. Yes, this business has a video and it's fairly good. Could we improve that video? Well, if we look at the video, in this case, there's no logo stinger. A logo stinger would look great on this. Let's see what the call to action is. Yeah, they've got a call to action at the end. It might be quite hard to improve this video, but could we improve this video by providing them advice on actually improving the marketing of this video? Now, you're going to see that in Module 3, how you can do that as a service. But in this case, we can do, because this video is currently sat on the contact page. It's not even on their homepage. And again, if I click on, and this is the next area you want to look at, guys. If you don't find a video on their website at all, click on a Facebook link. If they've got a Facebook link, you want to look on their Facebook page. Now, in this case, they've not even got the video on their Facebook page. They've got 3 likes. This business could really do with some help with this. And this could be where we contact them and offer to help. But they don't have their video listed here. And most businesses that have a video will have the video listed on their Facebook page. This business doesn't. And again, it pays to go through all of their pages to find that out. So in this case, we found a business that already has a video that isn't too bad, but we could improve it. So we're going to put that down as a lead to approach and say, we can improve what you're doing. So the third thing we need to do is find an email or a point of contact. And there we go. There's the point of contact right there. So we're going to, again, copy their email address, fire that into a spreadsheet so we can go back to that later. You don't want to be contacting businesses one by one. It's going to take too long. You want to get around 20, 30, 40 businesses and then contact them all in one go, guys. As far as contact goes as well, if you can't find an email, a contact form is perfectly fine. And if you can't find an email, just take the URL of their contact form. Contact forms usually work really well because contact forms will go through to their email and they're going to open those because they're going to assume that's an inquiry for a business, from a customer. So they're always likely going to open a contact form submission. So again, we save the contact form URL in our doc if you cannot find an email. And again, the approach emails we're going to show you, you can just copy and paste them into a contact form. So that's our first business. Let's look at the next one. So this business, CT Landscapes, they're also advertising on Google pay-per-click. And as we can see, the brand and design of their site isn't great. We can see that there are before and after photos, so we could certainly create a video for these if we can't find one. I'm not seeing any videos. Yeah, we've got a couple of testimonials. We could maybe create a testimonial style video. Let's go back. Let's look at the portfolio. They've got a great portfolio, some great work. And again, lots and lots, I mean, that's pretty cool. Lots and lots of before and after stuff. So we could certainly create a video. So initially, this business is a good target for a video because they're obviously open to advertising because they're paying for pay-per-click. So they know they need to do it. But they've not got a video, but they've got lots of material we could turn into a video. This is someone we're going to contact. Now, I cannot see a Facebook fan page link on here, so I don't need to check that. It looks like these are just like buttons. So all we need to do now is we'll mark them down as no video. This is somebody we can target with a video service because they don't have one. And we've got an email there. So we've got an email contact. Perfect. Absolute perfect lead right there. Let's look at the next one. This was another pay-per-click advertiser, beautiful site. So again, we're going to look through. I can't see any videos on here. These are just service pages. About us, let's look on their about page. Is there a video on here? Doesn't look like it. The contact page, what have we got on here? No, I can't see a video. So again, we're going to check. We can see they've got social media. So let's check Facebook. Now, if I open Facebook on this business, we can see there's a video. So they've uploaded a video. So they're understanding, guys, the need to have a video. This is good. Now, if you watch this video, all it basically is they've just taken a shot, obviously with a phone, of a nice little cool, pretty, if you will, rockery there with a bit of running water. That's not really a video, it's just, well, it is a video, but it's not really a video that's going to advertise their business. They've got some amazing before and after shots here. This is likely going to be an extremely good target because they know a need to do video because they're starting to do it. I mean, that video they uploaded there was only marked in October. We've got an email address here, Rob@, so we know the owner is likely called Rob. So again, we're starting to get some really good information here, guys, and we can click through and look at some of the other pages as well and click through their website. But we found another business here who has lots of amazing imagery and visual stuff that we can create a video from. They are attempting video, but they don't have a full video yet. So you can see, guys, through just looking through 3 different landscape gardening businesses on Google, we've found 3 different types of contacts, and you can see how you would approach each of these slightly differently. Now, the last one here is Dreamscape Gardens, which this one was #1 in the organics on Google. So again, they're likely paying somebody some high SEO fees to do that, so they know a need to be up there. So again, we can click through some of their links on here to see if we can find any videos. I did have a click through before and I couldn't find anything, just to try and speed this up a little. But again, we're finding lots of stuff about them. Looks like a great site. Let's look at their About Us page, see if there's any videos on there. No, just lots of great images we could probably use. Lots of design stuff, transformations. Again, before and after images. Look at all of these. So let's check out their Facebook page. Can we find anything on here, video-wise? No, there isn't any videos listed on this left-hand side. So where the photos are listed, guys, you would generally, if they've uploaded videos to their fan page, it will list them as videos on here. So we should be able to see it if there is. We don't see anything on here. A quick scan of their Facebook page. It pretty much looks like this particular business is doing an amazing job with their before and after imagery, but they don't have a video yet. Another amazing contact. There we've got an email address for them. Again, if there was no email, they've got a contact form. We can mark that stuff down. We found another amazing contact here. Somebody who is actively marketing online. They've got an active social media presence. They've got probably some SEO guy or company they're paying for to have them #1. They've got some amazing imagery and visual stuff on their website, but no video. They're likely going to be open to a video if we can show them it. So again, guys, another perfect lead. So what you need to do here, guys, is go through, just like I'm doing there, all of the different leads on the top page, marking down who they are, the website, do they have a video or not, have they attempted video or not. Obviously, they're actively marketing online because they're on the top page. And then obviously getting a contact for them, an email address or a contact form. You can do this for around 20, 30, 40 businesses at a time. And once we've got that amount of businesses, we can then move on to the approach section, which we're going to show you in Module 3. So how do we approach these businesses we're finding in these leads? Now, this does take time, guys. You know, time and effort putting into this is going to yield you much better results because you're understanding these businesses a lot more, okay? And that's really, really important. If you just blanket contact all of these without knowing if they've got video or not, without knowing any of this important stuff, you're going to really struggle to make any sales, guys. So this is really, really important that you spend the time to do this. It will make closing much easier. Now, in Module 2, in the next module, David's going to run through the different types of video we can sell to different businesses, including, you know, landscape gardens, what we would actually sell, the types of video we sell. And then in Module 3, we're going to show you how to take these leads and again, what we would actually approach with. So that brings me to the end of Module 1. Enjoy Module 2, and I will see you again in Module 3. Hey guys, welcome to this video, and in this video we're going to look at the second approach of the triple threat video system, which is the fear of competition approach. So what is the fear of competition approach? Well, this is all about using competitors or similar businesses to make sales based off of fear of loss. Businesses basically fear competitors, especially in the local markets. It's so fierce, you know. Every single landscape gardener knows all the other ones. They all talk bad about each other. They never work together. They're always trying to get one over on each other. They're always trying to get ahead of each other. And it's the same with every single business, not just landscape gardeners. It's hair salons, they all know each other. You know, every single business is directly competing with another locally. It's very, very fierce, more fierce than it is online. Because when you look at online businesses, there's so many customers and so many sales to go around that it's not as fierce. And it still gets fierce, but people can still pick up nice bits of income from online niches that seem really oversaturated. But when it comes to local, there's only a tight, targeted market of customers that local businesses can tap into. And that makes it really, really fierce, and they all try and want to be one step ahead of the others. They essentially watch what each other are doing, they copy each other's marketing efforts, and you've probably seen this locally and seen businesses doing this, and try to outdo each other every single day. Some of them offering insane discounts that they're probably losing money on, some of them copying each other's ads and things like that. You see it all the time locally, especially so when it comes to marketing and getting customers. Now, we can tap into this sphere with video, and we can use it to basically sell video services. So to do that, we need an example video. So there are two ways you can do this. The best way to do this is to find a competitor that already has a good video. Now, we saw in the in module 1 where we looked at niches and we analyzed different businesses. We found a business that had a pretty decent video. It wasn't terrible, it was good, it did the job. We found a landscape gardener in Manchester that had a video. That is a perfect scenario for us because we can use that to go and sell video to all the other landscape gardeners that don't have a video. A business with a video that is a direct competitor is the best scenario, but it's of course not always possible. So where that is possible, we use that scenario. If you come across a video on a business website and it's good, you want to use that as collateral and use that as fodder to go and again sell to all the other competitors in the area. But if you don't find a business that's got a video that's worth using as a competitor or fear of competitor scenario, you can create one yourself, create an example. Now, again, you can use Fiverr to create your own. And David ran through in module 2 how easy it is to create some videos depending on what it is you want to create. You know, knocking up a quick logo example. Again, you could get somebody on Fiverr to do this if you can't do it yourself. Setting up a quick video on Fiverr, depicting the business niche you're targeting. So again, using landscape gardening as an example, grabbing a few stock images off a stock video site that depict a landscape gardener, easy to do. Again, any niche, you can find images that you can turn into a slideshow video as an example. And we can use that in this approach. Now, it's not as powerful as, you know, finding an actual competitive video, because a competitive video speaks volumes. You know, every one of those competitors that sees somebody's already doing the video thing is going to want to better it. In this example, we're not using a direct competitor, so it doesn't have the same strength, but it still has the same effect of I can get one over on my competitor. So it all goes about how they can outdo competitors, okay? It's essentially showing businesses what they can have. It allows them to see the possibilities. And it's really important here that if you do create an example video to use in this method, that you don't just go and create a random video that has nothing to do with the niche you're targeting. And this goes right the way back to module 1 where we talked about, you know, identifying, you know, a specific niche to go after. If you create a video that has nothing to do with the niche you're targeting, it won't have the same effect. For example, if you go and approach hair salons and you show them an example of a video which is depicting a landscape gardening business, they're not going to get it. They're going to look at that and go, well, we're not landscape gardeners, so this isn't going to work for us, and vice versa. Okay, so that makes sense. So how do we turn a competitive video or an example video into a sale? Well, a direct competitive video is easiest. We show businesses what their competitor has and offer to do the same, but better. Okay, which business isn't going to want to do that? Using an example video, a bit different. We approach, show what's possible in their niche and video style, and offer to do it at a discount as you're building a portfolio. But ultimately, we're essentially showing them what they can do ahead of their competitors. Okay, they have interest based on fear of loss here. And the power of the competitor winning, or the power of having something a competitor does not have, an edge. And that's what we're tapping into with this psychological approach. So let's take a look at how we actually approach them. Once we've got videos we can use, how do we do it? So there are two different ways, competitor video and an example video, two different types of email. So I'm going to run through both. So the first one, competitor video on the left-hand side here. So subject lines, check out what business name is doing. So if you've got a direct competitor video, if you've got a business in an area you're targeting, you will use their business name. Have you checked out what Jamie's landscape business is doing? Or have you considered doing the same as Jamie's landscaping business? Okay. The reason we do that is it's going to get opened every time. And then the email would go something like this. Hey, not sure if you've seen this, but you probably have. Jamie's landscaping business, enter business name there, of course, have a really professional, and then we're going to change this type of video, really professional before and after video on their site, as you can see via the link below. It does a really good job on converting new customers. And then we're going to link to the video. So that has to link to the page on your competitor's site. Or on YouTube, wherever the video is, you link to it. So they can go and watch it. That's going to be where the magic happens. Now, the reason I'm reaching out to you is that I run a company that can create the same thing but better. With what you do and the visuals I can see on your site, I'm sure you'd like to show off your work, off the work you do, and that is what sells you as a service, okay? So again, we're tapping into that fear of loss. Your competitors doing it, I'm sure you want to do it as well. They can easily go viral locally if created properly. Is this something you think would benefit you? If so, hit reply and I can send over some examples of what I can create, your name. That's all it needs to be. We're going to let the competitor video do the talking. Now in the example video, again, same thing. Subject line, slightly different. Rather than check out what a business name is doing, it's check out what landscapers are doing, okay? Have you considered doing this with your hair salon business, okay? Again, we're just changing out that to more of a broader niche rather than an individual business. And again, the email is going to flow very similar. Hey, have you ever considered creating a before and after video for your landscaping business? Take a look at this link below for an example of what other landscapers are already doing with video. Now, we're not showing them another landscaping video, we're just showing them an example of what others are doing, because other landscapers are doing this. Maybe not in their area, but they're doing this. And we're going to link to our video example. The reason I'm reaching out to you is that I run a company that can create the same thing, but better with what you do, and that goes through all the same thing. The only difference is we say at the end, right now, no other landscapers have one of these yet in your area, meaning the first to do it will stand out. Is this something you think would benefit you? So with that line there, guys, we're tapping into that. Do you want an edge on your competition? So you can see from these two different approaches of the same approach. This is all about competitor fear of loss, competitor gain, competitor edge. You can see that using a competitor video, we go after the fear of losing out. Using the example video approach, when you can't find any competitor videos, we're using the power of, do you want an edge over every single competitor locally? This is one of the strongest approaches we've found to selling video locally, stronger than, in most cases, the reverse sales approach. And this is an approach you can do with pretty much any business niche. Now, it's really important, guys, that following up, you always follow up your emails and approaches, and I'm mentioning this at the end of every single approach video because just in case you skip them, because this is really important. Businesses miss emails. They forget to respond, they delete them by mistake. We need to at least have another bite at the apple or the cherry. The follow-up is easy. It's the same in every single approach. We send the same email we're sending for that approach. We just change the subject line and opening paragraph. So we go with subject line, did you get my email on? And you're going to enter the day you initially sent the email. Hi, just checking to see if you received my email on end today, so on Monday, as I haven't had a response, so making sure you didn't miss it. Here's what I sent below, and you just copy and paste the email you initially sent. Now, in the approach video for the reverse sales method of selling video, I talked about installing Yesware and using Gmail as your email client. I'm not going to go over that slide again in this particular video, so if you haven't watched the reverse sales method approach yet, go and watch that video to find out the best way to actually send these emails, how to kind of use Gmail to do it, because there's a really cool service you can hook in called Yesware that will help you with your follow-ups, guys. So go and watch that video if you've not already. But that's the competitor approach, and using the power of competitor videos and example videos to go and get clients in all different niches. Hey guys, welcome to this video here where we're going to be breaking down the first approach of the three we're going to be showing you, which is the reverse sales approach. Now in this video, we're going to break this approach fully down. We're going to show you how to then use this approach a business, show you the emails we send. And this approach is going to work for businesses that don't have a video and businesses that do have a video. So you can twist this approach to use it in different ways. So let's take a look. So the reverse sales approach, what is it all about? Well, this is all about giving away something for free without catches to make a sale. Now, this has to be done well and carefully. We've done this before with free trials. If you know anything about myself and David as an example, we've been running local marketing business for a while. We taught a method of reverse sales based around mainly mobile website selling, where we talked about giving them away on free trials. And then once you've given away a mobile website on a free trial, putting it in place for a couple of weeks, tracking all of the traffic and all of that stuff, and then at the end you're able to prove results and then ultimately get paid. Okay, it works incredibly well. Free trials in general work well. There's probably a lot of services online you use that probably started out as a free trial. Now, that doesn't necessarily work with video. You can't create a video for a business, spend a lot of money doing it, or a lot of time, giving it to a business on the basis that they might pay you in a few weeks. That's not going to happen. It doesn't work in the same way. So it's really important that if you're going to use this reverse sales approach, we're going to show you how to use this in a video format, that you do it in the way we do it. And you don't just go giving away your video services for free, because you will end up doing work for businesses who have no intention of paying, and we don't want that. Now, we need to give away something, okay? And it has to be video related for free that doesn't take any time to do, or very little time. Now, we use videos. Now, most watching this video probably own videos already. If you don't, you can go to videos.com, spelt videos as you can see on screen here at the bottom, videos.com, and you can still buy access to videos right now if you want to use the same tool we do for doing this. Now, videos allows us to create video animations for businesses, and in turn it gives us one of the best free giveaways ever. Now, videos in itself allows you to create automated animations for your videos. So you can go and take a company's logo, and within a few minutes you can animate that logo into a video animation. And you don't have to do any of the work. You're just uploading a logo and pressing a button, and it renders that out for you. So it's absolutely perfect as a free giveaway. You can essentially render out businesses' logos and give them away for free with the view of upselling them into video. Okay, fairly simple, but let me explain how it all works. So the free offer, we give away animations, okay, using videos to produce them quickly and on autopilot. Now, if you don't own videos and you've no intention of doing, that's not the only way you can do this. You can also use sites like Fiverr. So on Fiverr, you can find gigs out there that will do things like animations of logos. It doesn't have to be logos. You could do an animated call to action. You could do an animated social media, intro or outro for a business, something that's going to make them look at it and go, that's customized and go, wow, that looks awesome. That's my business in that animation. That's my logo. That's our Facebook page. That's our YouTube channel, whatever. So that's what we've got to do. We've got to provide that value. Now, videos is easier because you don't have to pay for each individual animation. You just, you could do a load of them and it's not going to cost you any money. Fiverr, you will pay per animation. But let's, take this to the floor here, guys, and look at the return on investment. Creating quick animations, the ROI, the return on investment, is big. You could do 10 animations on Fiverr and it'll cost you $50. If one of those 10 animations turned into a video sale, the return is absolutely staggering. You will sell a video, you could sell a video for $1,000 and you've spent $50 to acquire that customer. That return is unheard of. And that's why, even tapping into the likes of Fiverr and spending $5 to create animations, that's why, it's such a huge thing when you go, and use it as a view to actually go and getting clients. Now, the thing is, guys, and as I'll explain when we go through the approach, you're not going to create animations for businesses randomly. You're not just going to go get a long list and create animations. We're going to approach businesses first. So you're not committing. You don't need to spend any money. You only want to be spending money if you're going to use the Fiverr route. Or you only want to be creating animations in videos when you get a business that's interested in seeing one. Okay? Because otherwise you're going to waste your time and waste money when it's not needed. Okay? Now, we give away something without a catch. This is the hook. So when we give away one of these animations, it's not with a catch. We're not giving them away and going, hey, here's a logo stinger. If you do take that logo stinger, you are going to have to buy our videos from us as well. We don't do that. We just give them away as a favor. It's just as a goodwill gesture. That in turn is going to produce a reciprocation influence factor that can turn into sales. And we're going to talk about that in a second. So how do we turn a free thing such as an animation to a sale? Well, the hook, the free thing, provides, or the free animation in this example, provides extreme value. Businesses expect a catch. And that's why we don't, you don't want to have a catch. If you have a catch, it defeats the whole object. And when there isn't a catch, they're blown away because it's like, wow, nobody ever gives us anything for free. We always have to pay. It almost always leads to a business owner asking for more. They ask, so do you create full videos, or what other stuff do you do with these animations? I mean, I love the logo animation you've done for us. What other types of things do you actually do? Now, guys, you can see me saying that there. Naturally, that's what humans do. You've given them something. You have that feeling in your brain of reciprocation. You've probably had it before. Even, a family member gives you a hand moving your house. You feel obliged to give them a hand somewhere. A family member helps you put together a CV, or you help your family members do something, and then they turn up at your door and with a crate of beer as a thank you. That's reciprocation. You're not asking for that, okay? They're bringing that round, okay, because you've done them a favor. This is the same psychological influence, which is what makes it so powerful. The good thing is as well is when we're approaching and offering something for free, so we don't immediately get that objection of, oh, I'm not buying anything, I'm not buying video. That's why it works so well. Now, if you don't get that question that asks for, well, what else is it you can do? You can prompt that, okay? So here's how you prompt it. You've provided a business. You've approached a business. You've offered them a logo stinger for free. I'll explain how we do that. I'm going to show you the approach emails in a minute. You've done that, and they've come back and gone, oh, yeah, I'm interested. Oh, well, go on then. If it's free, let me see. You do it for them. They're blown away by it, but they don't ask you for more. What you can then do is say, okay, there's the animation. Hope you like it. I mean, use it. It looks amazing, because they're going to love it. I mean, businesses love animations. They've never seen their logo in lights before, or their Facebook page, or whatever, okay? What we then do is during that conversation, and this can all be done via email, we just type in the email, one thing that would be great for your business, Mr. or Mrs. Business Owner, would be a before and after style video, or would be a slideshow style video, or would be a commercial style video. I'm talking something like this. You could even link up something. I think it would really help you generate more customers. Can I show you how? Could I show you an example? Okay, guys, you can see there what I'm doing is I'm prompting an upsell. Now, here's the thing. Because of that psychological power of reciprocation, they have to say yes. They always say, yes, go on, because they owe it to you. The power of reciprocation, you've done them a favor. They now owe it to you to listen. They owe it to you to sell to them, okay? You've already won half the battle here, guys, by providing something of extreme value that, in essence, guys, if you own videos, it doesn't take you anything to deliver that, really. And if you invest a little bit in Fiverr, you don't have to do that many to turn a staggering profit. You could probably sell, 100 of them and spend $500 on Fiverr and sell one video for $1,000, and you've just doubled your money. One video from 100 businesses. Now, again, you're not going to go and sell animation buy animations and deliver them randomly. We need to get some form of commitment first. And we do that with our approach. So here's the approach. How do we approach with this? Well, there's two areas, guys. There's approach as far as businesses go that have no video. So how do we approach a business that doesn't currently have a video? Remember, with our lead gen and all of our lead tracking and research, we're finding businesses that have and don't have video. And then on the right hand side here, we're looking at businesses that do have video. We send slightly different emails, okay? So let's look at the left hand side, no video first. So subject lines to use. FAO business name. What that is, and this is a UK thing, for the attention of business name. So the business name could be Jamie's Landscape Gardener. For the attention of Jamie's Landscape Gardening Business. Subject, CO business name. CO is care of, and that's generally used in a US scenario. So there's two different, they both mean the same thing. And then the other subject line is, would you be interested in this? Okay, it's a question. It's going to drive an open. Now, if you can't send these emails, guys, to an actual email, so if you don't find an email on a business's website to send these to, then you can just copy and paste the full body message into a contact form, okay? So you don't need the subject lines. So let's look at the body message. Hey, I noticed something that you don't currently have in your business that could dramatically improve the results you get from it. What I'm talking about is a professional intro for your brand. You can see an example of one here, enter link of example. So there, guys, we're going to have a page where you might have a few different logos animated, okay? Or a few different call to actions animated for a few different businesses or for example businesses in the same niche. So if you're going after landscape gardeners, you want to make sure all the logos you're animating are landscape gardener examples and vice versa, okay? And the same for any other niche. That way they get to understand it within their own niche. So you can see an example of one here. There's the link. The reason I'm emailing is I can actually create one of these for free for you if you'd like. No catches, just trying to help out a few local businesses. Just hit reply and I can get one created and sent over to you. Kind regards and your name. Now, all we're looking for here, guys, is a response. If somebody responds and goes, yeah, I mean, what's the catch? Or, yeah, I'm interested. Yes, I want one. That's when you're going to go in and get the animation done. Because at that point, you get the animation done, easy as pie. You go and deliver it back to them via email, and then you wait for the response. And the response is either going to be a question, what else can you do? And if you don't get that, you can go in with the prompt, as we talked about on the previous slide. Okay? Very simple method, guys. Any of you can do this. Now, if the business has a video, we can go with a different type of route. We're going to go with the same subject line, so nothing changes there. The only difference is this time we're saying, hey, I noticed something that you could add to your video that could dramatically improve the results you get from it. What I'm talking about is a professional intro, strong call to action at the end. Now, we looked at a video before of a landscape gardener, and it had a pretty cool, well, it wasn't a great call to action, but it had a good enough call to action at the end of that video. The beginning, though, it didn't have a logo stinger, so that's where we could go in with this one. You can see an example of one here, again, enter link of example. The reason I'm emailing, and again, it's pretty much the same outro, okay? What we're after here is that business coming back. Now, they've already got a video. So you're not going to upsell them a video. When they come back and say, yeah, go on, then what can you do? And you send over an intro that they can pop on the front of their video that makes it look way more professional. They're blown away by that. The upsell then is going to be, hey, I can show you a few things you can do with that video to get more results from it, i.e. distribution on Facebook, i.e. distribute that video on YouTube and get that ranked. There's loads of other things you can upsell here, guys, if you use a bit of creativity that have nothing to do with creating a video, okay? So regardless of whether the business has a video or not, you've got two different approaches here. Now, how do we send the emails? Now, what we do here, guys, and you don't have to do this, you can do it any which way you want. You can send every single email from Gmail if you want, but what we advise is you send the emails from your domain. So if your business is called jamiesvideoservices.com, you're going to send your email from info@jamiesvideoservices.com or your name at jamiesvideoservices. You know what I'm saying? We do that, guys, because it looks way more professional. If you're sending from just Gmail address or a Yahoo address, it looks really, really unprofessional. And again, selling video is all about professionalism. We need to look the part from the beginning, and an email does give you that view of professionalism. So what we basically do here, and where we've got mentions of Gmail, is we use Gmail as the email client. So I'm not going to show you how to do that in this video. There's so many YouTube videos. Gmail has a help walkthrough of their own. We hook our company domains into Gmail. You can use Gmail apps to do this. So you can use Gmail to send email from your own domain. Okay, so you're using the Gmail login and all that, but when you send an email, it's coming from your domain. When you get a reply, it comes to the Gmail inbox, but it's to your domain. But what we're using the Gmail client for is we can install and activate a service called Yesware. You can see the logo on screen here, big logo. Go and Google Yesware right now, you'll see what it does. And what Yesware basically does is it tracks the emails we send. So every time we send one of those emails we've just seen to a business, or any of the emails we're going to show you in our next approaches, we can track what happens. We can see which businesses open them. We can see which businesses don't open them. We can see which businesses click on the link inside it. So you get an understanding of who's actually interested in this. You actually see when a business has opened it more than once. And it's interesting to see that, because sometimes you can see businesses opening emails like 20, 30, 40 times. Why are they doing that? Because they're interested in it, okay? And one other thing we do as well is what we found is when we do this, it helps better to formulate a follow-up, because we are going to follow up, and I'm going to show you and explain how we follow up in a second. But it also can give us follow-ups in the future. So we've had situations where we've sent an email to, we've approached a load of businesses, we've got some clients, but then we've not had a response from a handful of businesses. and then one of these businesses opens your email, you know, like a month in the future, a month down the line, all of a sudden you get notifications when people open, which is really cool. It's very addictive. And you get this notification that this business that you emailed a month ago has opened the email again and clicked on the link. And what we've done when that happens is we fire them another quick email, because we know they're currently looking into it. So we fire them a quick email to remind them. It could just be a follow-up again. And we don't let them know we can see them opening the email, and we're tracking that, but we just fire them a quick email. It's produced clients down the road for us. It just gives you a better understanding what's happening with your emails. Now, following up, we always follow up emails and approaches. Businesses miss emails, they forget to respond, they delete by mistake. Again, examples there, we've had businesses opening the emails again a month down the line and turning them into clients. So we need to at least have another bite of the apple or a bite of the cherry, or however you want to word that. The follow-up's easy, okay? There's no rocket science. We're going to send exactly the same email. The only difference is we're going to have a different subject line, because the first subject line, obviously, well, in some cases, businesses haven't opened them, so the first subject line didn't work. So we're going to try something else. And the opening paragraph is going to speak to anybody that has opened it. So the subject line we're going to use is, did you get my email on? And we put a day in there. So if you sent out a load of emails on Monday to 20 businesses, then leave it a couple of days, about 48 hours. And then you're going to follow up with every single business that didn't respond. And you can give them the same email. Did you get my email on Monday? Now, the reason we use a specific day is because it's not broad. It's not, did you get my email? Question mark, because people already do that. When you put a specific day in, it looks important. Oh, I know, I didn't see that. I better open this now. They open your email, and then we just go with hi. Just check in to see if you received my email on Monday, as I haven't had a response, making sure you didn't miss it. Here's what I sent below. Now, because we say, as I haven't had a response, you're going to find most businesses respond at this point and open communication with you. Some will respond to say they're not interested, and even if they do, you can still respond back saying, okay, no problem. Is there a reason? You know, is there a reason you're not interested in this particular offer? I mean, we're offering to do something for free for them here, guys, so we've just got to feel them out a little bit. Some of them will respond, though, and say, hey, yeah, I did get your email, forgot to respond, or I did get it, I didn't respond, but I am responding now. What is it? How can you help? Okay? But what we've done there is we're squeezing way more out of our leads. If we're going to spend time researching leads here and going through all these leads, we need to make sure that we squeeze every ounce of juice out of them, guys. And that's what following up in this way does. So, guys, that is the first approach, the reverse sales approach, a different type of approach of offering something for free, ideally an animation, and turning that into a sale using the upsell prompt technique. But in general, you're going to get those asking you for more because you're providing insane value. We've got two more approaches to show you here, guys, first. But this is the first approach, perfect for the majority of businesses here. So let's get to the next video where we go through the fear of competition approach. And it's a completely different way to approach businesses with the view of selling them video. So let's go and take a look.
Hey, and in this video we're going to cover the before and after video. Now, the thing I like about this one is if you're, a customer and you're going to try and buy something, or you're going to have a service of some kind, you want to be able to see what it is that the person you're going to buy from, you want to know what they can do. So a before and after video is pretty simple. We'd have a video which showcased images of the before and after. So, I mean, it could be whatever the business does. So, for example, at the minute, I'm having my garden landscaped. So, before the work was started, the garden was overgrown. It was an eyesore. I recently bought a house, so, we've renovated the full house, but now we're onto the garden. So, rather than me do it, I've got someone else in. So the best thing they could do right now is take pictures of the garden as it is. And then as they are going through and doing all the work, keep taking pictures, every couple of hours, so they can see the progress. And then at the end, they would have one final picture or maybe a series of pictures of the garden finished. So you could run, a video of either one project going from start to finish and show the final thing, or you could run a video which would be 10 different gardens, but the before image and the after image, so people can see, you know, what you've done as a gardener. It's a great way to help the business and will help the customers visualize what the gardener can do for them. So in this example, we're talking about a gardener. Now there's other businesses that can use this, but it's a great way for a customer to visualize what that business can do for them. Now, ways you can enhance the video. So if you've got a before and after of, say, one project, at the end of that you could have a testimonial from the customer. And if you've got a video of 10 projects, you could include, you know, a testimonial for each project. You could include a video of the work being done and video testimonials if you can get them. Another great one, which many people won't do, but I think it'd be really cool, is to have a time-lapse video of the work being done. So in my garden, I could, you know, I've got kind of CCTV cameras around. I could have pointed a camera at the garden, and it's going to take them a week. You know, what we could have done is cut all that footage into a time lapse, and, you know, fit 5 days of work into, you know, 1 minute of video, and you'll be able to see in real time, you know, the garden go from the mess that it is into, you know, a really nice landscape garden. So that would be a really awesome video for a business to create, you know, if they could do that. So these are different ways you can enhance the videos. Now we've obviously spoken about what these videos are. Let's go and take a look at some examples. So as an example, we've got laser tattoo removal. Now this is a company in Manchester. You know, this is 1 minute 25 long, and just check out how simple this is. So we've literally just got 2 images on screen, and it is a before and after of, you know, tattoo removal all the way through, just before and after. Then we've got, you know, a bit of a call to action, a bit of text. Not the best video by any stretch of the imagination. You know, it could be a lot better, but it's had 452 views. You know, I presume that'll have resulted in, you know, a few clients, and the video's not even really optimized. It's not the greatest of videos, but as an example, that is what you can do. Now, how would you do this? Well, number one, we can head over to Fiverr, and these guys will make you a professional video slideshow for $5. So you could, you know, go and get all your images and explain to this person what it is you want, and they create a video. Another idea is to head over to Video Hive, and we can actually buy some Video Hive templates, and you know, again, these could just be images of before and after. You can buy a bit of music to go with them, and someone on Fiverr will edit these templates for you. So, you know, we're talking $5 for the editing, we're talking $17 for the license, and if you want some music, you know, maybe another $12. So we're talking like $35, $40. You can create an amazing video, and a client's going to pay, you know, $3, $4, $5, $6, up to $1,000 for that video. So this is, you know, an easy way to create something. Now, we did mention the time lapse, and this is a bit of a you know, an idea of something you could do. So this is a renovation company, and we can see now, you know, we go from nothing, and we then start to see something actually get built. So, you know, these will be pretty cool videos to do. Rather than just have a before and after picture, we can have a kind of a before, a during, and an after. Now this is like 6 years, so we need to fast forward a bit, but you know, you can see that was the before, that was the after. See if we can find the before. So there you go. That was a 6-minute video, 6,500 images, but you wouldn't need to do anything, you know, over the course of a few years. This could just literally be, you know, an actual 2 or 3 day, a 1 day, and you don't have to go as fast as that. So the time-lapse videos are pretty cool, and if you can, you know, get a client to do those, you know, they do look very good, and they'll work probably much better than just a simple slideshow. Hey, and in this video we're going to cover the commercial based video. Now this video is simply a commercial. It's something we see every single day, be it on the TV, online. We see a commercial style video. Now, we're not going to go all out and spend thousands upon thousands of dollars creating this. This is, a commercial on a budget, and we work within our clients' constraints. But the great thing about this video and this type of video is that it's professional, it's real. We can include some great social proof in there, as I'm going to explain. It's probably one of the best videos you can create for a business to help them, and to give them a benefit when it comes to their online marketing. So, as an example, for a hair salon, we would have a video created inside the salon. We could maybe have the owner talking about what they offer or how they got started in business, and what their brand values are, the experience the customer has when they come into the salon. We've got a client who they offer the clients cocktails, wine, beer, coffee, whatever you want to drink. So having a video based where a nice martini is being delivered to the customer as they're having the haircut, that looks great on video, and it gets across the experience that someone's going to have in that salon. So on top of that, we could have a couple of customers saying how great they are, some good testimonials in there. And most important of all, we need to have a strong call to action. So, this video could be, just a minute to a minute and a half long, but it gives you that everything you need to know. It gives that customer an insight into the business, and they can see that there's real people there. They've got real customers, and that this is a business they can trust. So it conveys all that without someone having to kind of read, what the business offers or look at pictures. They can just sit there, watch a quick video, and they'll get a full idea of the experience they're going to have when they go into the salon. So there is ways you can enhance this video, and I'm going to talk about a way to do that as well, where you don't have to do any work. So we can add testimonials in there, as I mentioned with pretty much every video we've spoken about. Having social proof in there in the form of customer feedback or testimonials, especially if you can make that video based, works really well. So that is one thing you can do, and one thing you can add in. Another one is a solid call to action. So we can ask people to call, or our preference with a video like this will be to include the video on our landing page with its own form or its own call to action, so we can direct people to complete their details. So that may be as simple as something like, at the end of the video, enter your details on the form to the right of this video, and we will be in touch to secure your appointment. So something as simple as that would work. And another great thing, and this isn't exactly to enhance your video, but something that's going to maybe allow you to expand your business, is you don't just have to focus on people who, within an hour of your where you live. You can actually take this idea and work with any business pretty much in the world. So the way to do this is, if you get a client who's the other side of the country, Google videographer and then their city. What you'll be able to do is find someone who's in their area who will essentially be willing to go and actually create that video for you. They go out, they do the shoot, you pay them a fixed fee, you charge a client a bit more, and then you get the video back and you do whatever you need to do to it. So that might be, I need to add a couple of testimonials in, or I need to add a strong call to action at the end. For that, you can use something like videos.com to create a call to action. But you do what you need to do, and you can add your markup and charge your client whatever you want to charge them. So you can actually outsource most of the hard work when it comes to doing this. All you need to do is contact videographers in the area that your client's in. So now we kind of know what a commercial video is. The best thing to do is show you some examples, and I've found some great examples that are going to get across exactly what it is we're trying to achieve here. In terms of finding a commercial, I've dug around online for probably about 20 minutes, and I've found what I believe to be probably one of the simplest but the best formats for a commercial. And the great thing about these is, this is a 2-minute commercial, but you could charge several $1,000s or pounds for this kind of video. And as we mentioned in the the presentation part of this video, you don't even have to do the work. You can outsource this by contacting videographers, and I'll show you next how to do that. So if you can't hear this fully, I'll make sure to post a link to the video in the PDF we'll provide. But you'll see this is just someone going in, filming the owner, bit of a lower third there, but it's just nice shots of the shop, and then shots of her talking about the bakery, and at the end they've got a few images and the website, and that's it. It's a very, very simple video. Any business owner who runs their own business will talk about their business for hours. To fill 2 minutes up is really simple. So watch that video, get an idea of what it is, find some other examples of things that you like, and if you do get a client who wants this kind of thing, I'm going to show you now how to go and find someone to do the work for you. So we're based in Manchester, myself and Jamie, and Joey's down in London. Now Joey is the video guy. Out of us, he's the guy who shoots the video for all our projects. Myself and Jamie, we are not great at shooting video. So if we were to get a client and we wanted to, shoot that kind of video, we would go and find a videographer. So we're based in Manchester, and I've just Googled videographer Manchester. And within there, we've got a lot of wedding videographers. Now these guys will probably do any kind of videography. So, we click around here. There's a guy here who's an award-winning videographer, or award-winning video production. So we can check him out, and it's going to be very easy just to contact him and say, hey, this is the job. If we were to shoot, enough footage to create a 2-minute video, how much would that cost? Get a few quotes from a few videographers, and you've then got a variety, and you know what you can charge from there. Go back to your client, give them the quote and negotiate the price. If you could make $1,000, £1,000 from literally connecting a videographer to a client and then managing everything in between. If you did 5 of those a month, you're talking $5,000 a month, and you're not having to leave the comfort of your own home. So yes, these videos they look great, and you can charge a lot of money for them, but remember, you don't have to do the work. It's going to be quite easy for you to outsource these, even though it's going to have to be someone physically going out to the business. In this video, we're going to cover the testimonial video. Now, I'm sure we've all heard the word testimonial, and if you don't know what that is basically getting customer feedback. So you've provided a service to a business, or the other way around, they've provided a service to their customer, and then the customer is going to provide positive feedback. And what this does is it allows that business to use that feedback to get other customers to say, hey, these people think we're great, we provided a good service, or we did a good job, and we're not going to rip you off. So basically that is what a testimonial is. Now, a testimonial video is a mixture of a commercial style and a slideshow showcasing customer feedback. So we're going to maybe have some video of customers. This can be taken on an iPhone. You can get the business owner just to say, hey, if you wouldn't mind shooting a quick video, or I can shoot you on camera, just give us some feedback on how you find us, on what we do. And you can actually just get quite amateur looking footage that worked really well, because obviously people aren't expecting kind of a full-on production, kind of like a documentary style production for testimonials. So they do work really well. And if you can't get video, we can use slideshow. We can have a slideshow, an image of the customer, and maybe for an example, if you've got a wedding cake, the happy couple, the wedding cake, and a comment from that person, and you can either get them to read it out, or you can get someone to voice over, or the business owner can voice over, and you've got quite a cool little video there. So as I mentioned then, we've got an example of a wedding cake business. They could have a mixture of on camera and slideshow style testimonials showing off everything they have done It's the ultimate in social proof. You know, you could sit there if you were looking for a wedding cake and you could watch a 2-3 minute video. You could check out all the cakes that have been created, all the positive feedback. And do you think that is going to benefit the business? What do you think is going to kind of make the more sales, having no video or having, you know, a really solid testimonial video? These videos are so valuable, and not many businesses are doing them right now. So now there aren't many ways to enhance these videos because they're already, you know, very simple and they already do exactly what they're meant to do. But one thing you can do is, rather than having, you know, multiple testimonials on a screen, you know, on a video, you can actually do a full case study of one customer. So this could be from first contact to delivery. So it could be a wedding cake, and it might be, you know, from when the customer came in. It could be the sketch of what the wedding cake that they created, you know, on a piece of paper, the sketch that they, you know, they put out there to give to the cake shop owner. And then it could be some pictures of them, you know, in the cake shop looking at different cakes. And then it could be the cake being created, and then it could be the cake being delivered, and the cake on the wedding day, the cake being cut, the cake being eaten. You know, it could be a full-on case study of that one product being delivered. So that is, you know, it finishes with a testimonial from the couple, but there's a different way and a different spin on putting a testimonial video together. So now we kind of know what this kind of video is and how it works. Let's go and check out some examples. So in terms of testimonials, one site that you know, has a lot of examples. Now, I'm not saying go to Fiverr and, you know, buy a fake testimonial, but one site that has a lot of examples that you can kind of see and get an idea of is Fiverr. Go across to Fiverr, type in testimonial video, and you'll see a bunch. I just want this one here as an example.
My husband was promoted at work and we needed to relocate as soon as possible. So we found the P Realty Group.
So that one there is basically just a woman on camera talking. Now, if you know, you can't get video testimonials, one way to do it is actually to get a real testimonial, and then you can get an actor to voice that testimonial. So it's not a fake testimonial, it's just that, you know, you're trying to convey that in a video format. You know, you can actually have an actor read out that testimonial. So we're not pulling the wool over anybody's eyes. We're not trying to, you know, garner a fake reputation, but we're actually transferring, you know, written testimonials into video. So we can use Fiverr to do that. You know, it costs us $5 to do, and we can charge the client, you know, a lot more to do that. So that's one example of, you know, just a simple video testimonial. This is as simple as it needs to be. Now, another example here is we've got tattoo removal. So I mentioned the case study kind of idea. So you can actually do a full-on case study of a client. So as you can see here, we've got tattoo ready to be removed, and then this is, you know, it's kind of a case study, kind of a testimonial. So it's a bit of it's a bit like the commercial and a bit like a testimonial, it rolled into one. So we've kind of got a before and after within in there as well. So this is kind of the case study style video we talked about. So you could literally have a video like this, and at the end just have a message from the client saying, you know, I had a great experience from start to finish, and now, you know, the tattoo that I hated is gone, and I can now wear my bikini in the summer, or I can wear, you know, I can show my lower back off without being embarrassed. So that is, you know, a simple testimonial video. We've got the one on Fiverr, which is just someone on camera, and we've got the video, which will be, you know, kind of a full-on case study of someone going through whatever that business offers. So that's as simple as your testimonial video needs to be. We've provided a lot of different videos, very, very similar to this, and clients will love them. In this video, we're going to cover the slideshow video. Now, the slideshow video is very simple to create. Just take a bunch of images from your client and put them into a sequence, and using text or a voiceover to annotate. Some people don't even use any text or voiceover annotations, so you can add them in if you want to, but essentially, you know, these are very, very simple videos that will work for most businesses ideally a business that's selling something visual. You know, photographers, they basically sell based on images, so a photographer would be great. But these are really, really simple videos. They're cheap to make for us, and you know, it's kind of pretty self-explanatory. So as an example, you know, we've already mentioned like a photographer can showcase their portfolio in a very interactive way. You could have images flying in from different areas and things like that. There's plenty of templates we can look at, and I'm going to show you where we buy most of our templates, and where we, you know, would outsource this to. Also, we've got, you know, as I've mentioned, it's cheap. So if we're going to create this, you know, we can charge $97 as an entry-level video, maybe $197. Keep it really cheap so that this client can kind of get the first video out there, and from there, you know, they may be interested in purchasing more expensive videos from us in the future. So how can you enhance a video? Well, number one, you could include a voiceover or text overlays in a video, as I mentioned on the previous slide. A solid call to action at the end of the video. Again, you know, having something at the end of the video so it doesn't just kind of end with one image and that's it. We want to give people something to do. Call, email, fill a form in, that kind of thing. Next, for businesses that allow, you could have some before and after style images in there. So what I mean by that is if you know, you've got a client that you know, is a landscape gardener and you want to show off some of the work, you could explain, you know, it would be pretty cool if we could show you know, the before and after. So have a slideshow where you have, you know, the before image comes in, and then after that the after image comes in too. So kind of combining it with the before and after style video so that you know, you can make a better quality and a more impactful video for your clients. Another thing is sprinkling some text-based testimonials in there. So you could have one image come in that is based around, you know, something they've done for a client, and then on top of that you could have the testimonial from that client to kind of combine the social proof into this video. So now we know what this video is and how simple it is. Let's go and take a look at maybe some examples, but also where you can get these outsourced, you know, just for a few dollars. So I've come across here to videohive.net. So rather than show you a bunch of examples from businesses that have created these, I'm going to show you how we would literally go from having, you know, a client with some photos on a website or some photos they've provided to having a full-blown video in a couple of days, and, you know, just for a few dollars. So number one, we would come across the Video Hive, and we would, I mean, they've even completed this for us, photo slideshow. And from here, you'll see we've got, you know, this kind of video here. You know, that's just a slideshow of images. Really, really, really simple. Very nice, so nice transitions. $22 for a regular license. So we pick up the license from here, and then we go across to Fiverr, and in Fiverr we type in Video Hive. Let's see what comes up. I will edit your Video Hive template, $5. We can type in After Effects. I will edit any After Effects template from Video Hive. You know, $5. This 1-day delivery, you're going to pay £34. I presume that's $50. Around that anyway, maybe a bit more. So if you wanted it to be delivered in a day, you'd be looking around, you know, $75 for 1-day delivery. Now, if you don't want it delivering in a day, you know, you can pay a hell of a lot less. But you can charge your client, you know, extra for 1-day delivery. If they want it quick, you know, we charge $97 if you want to get it pretty quick. If not, then, you know, it's a 7-day delivery time. So something like this, you know, and again, once you get a relationship with the vendors, with these providers, you know, you can be looking at knocking out these videos very, very quickly, and making a good profit on them. And again, you know, you can look at even speaking to, you know, the creator of this template and say, look, I want to have my own template created. that I don't have to buy a license for time and time again. And you know, you'll be able to maybe pay $100, $200, have your own template, and you could use that hundreds of times. You know, find a provider on Fiverr who will, for a $5 a time, will deliver in 7 days, and you've got yourself a little business there where every time you have a client, your expenses are like $5 plus whatever you've paid for your initial template. So this is, you know, a really simple video to create, and honestly, between Video Hive and Fiverr, you've got everything you need to actually go ahead and create these. Now, we did mention voiceovers, adding voiceovers to these videos. Use Fiverr for that. Charge your client, you know, $100, $200 more. You pay yourself, you know, you pay $5, $10 to have a voiceover done. So this is, you know, between these two sites, you can have everything you need to create a really nice slideshow based video that you can, you know, easily charge $97 for, but anywhere up to $497 for these types of videos. We like to keep it quite low because we use these as entry level videos that we can then upsell people into things like commercial based videos, before and after kind of things, and also testimonial shoots. So these are all kind of our entry level video that we are willing to, you know, even just make a tiny bit of profit on, just to get a client and upsell them.
Hey guys, welcome to this video, and in this third and final approach to selling video and video services to other businesses, clients, local businesses, we're going to focus on the video upgrade approach. So what's this all about? Well, the video upgrade approach is all about being able to sell video services to those that already have a video. And if you again cast your minds back to module 1, we talked about how important it was to dig through every single site, working out if they've got video or not. And you can't just rely on the homepage. You've got to dig deep. You've got to dig into social media as well in lots of cases to work that out. So what's the point in actually trying to sell video to people that already, or businesses that already have video? Well, there's a couple of points. Firstly, we can improve most videos, such as, you know, call to actions, animations, intros, logo stingers. We can make what some businesses have standard videos look next level, okay? Which businesses will buy, and again, will benefit them. But doing a small job, another point is doing a small job today, and it could just be as simple as providing somebody with a logo animation, can lead to thousands of dollars in services down the road. You know, when they want that video marketing, or they want to create another video because they're launching a new service, or they want to, you know, upgrade the website, or whatever it might be, it's you they're coming to because you're providing value, you're helping them get more out, and you can provide better visuals as well. Businesses that have video are also generally going to be open to more of that, okay? Somebody who's already done the hard work. Somebody has already sold them on video, whether it's something they've seen online and done it themselves, whether it's somebody that sold them it over the phone or in a sales meeting or whatever. Somebody's already done that hard work in convincing and talking a business owner essentially into upgrading and embracing video, which is what all businesses should be doing right now, and more are. So again, we're able to do that. We build a customer base as well, even if we're just making slight upgrades. Now, how do we turn this into a sale? You know, if somebody's got a video, how do we turn it into a sale? Well, we find businesses with video we can improve. If you come across a business when you're going through, obviously, your lead finding, and they've got an amazing video, they've got several videos, they've got everything, logo stingers, transition, they've got it all down. It's probably not worth contacting them, but they're going to be very few and far between. What you're going to find are businesses with video that don't have any intros. They don't have any call to actions. They've put the video together themselves and it just looks really, really unprofessional. They've attempted to shoot a few videos on their iPhone. We saw an example in module 1 of that, or on the phone. Again, they're trying to embrace it, but they need help. So there needs to be something we can do to improve the video they have currently. Now, there's a couple of things you can do right off the bat. There's improved video styles and animations. So one way is to sell straight out animations, transitions, outros, intros, logo stingers, lower thirds. If you found somebody with that's attempting video but doesn't really have anything great, we can resell or upsell them a better video. Okay, so that's an option. The second main option is to look at what we can do with the video they have. So maybe not change it or improve the actual video style or video itself, but improve the visibility. We can look at YouTube, Google rankings, social media distribution, Facebook video ads, all of this stuff that us as marketers have the ability to do. We've got exposure to this stuff and we know how to do it all. It's easy to essentially execute that on a local level. So there's two different areas we can look at. So even when you find a business that might have the video down, you might be able to tap into the visibility of that particular video and help them in that way. Okay, so there's a few areas to look at here, guys, when finding your leads. Now, how do we approach? Well, there's only one email in this case because it's just about their video. Okay, subject line, question about your video. Again, if they've got a video, they're going to open that because they want to know what is it. So, I mean, somebody's responding to our video, you know, they're going to open that. So this is what we go with. Hey, I came across your video on, and you're going to enter where you found it. If it was their website, if it was on YouTube, Facebook, whatever, enter that in there. Came across your video on Facebook, on your Facebook page, on your website. Again, digging into these businesses is going to allow you to fill in these gaps. It looks really good, and it's great to see you embracing and using video in your business. The reason for the email is that I can see a couple of things you could actually add to the current video you have that would dramatically increase the conversions and sales you get from it. Now, that can be worded in that way for traffic. The couple of things you can add traffic. I could add this visibility package where we get you on Facebook, we get that video watched locally by people that are interested in your service, etc., etc. But you can also add animation, so it works in either way. If you could spare a few minutes, I can explain what these are and how you could add them to your video easily. From what I can see, none of your competitors are doing these things either, which makes this even more beneficial. If you're interested, just hit reply and I can explain further. Now, the key with this, guys, is if a business already has a video and you're offering to show them how they can improve that video, they're going to want to know what it is they can do. They're going to want to know what's wrong with their video as to why it's not working. In the majority of cases, 99 times out of 100 videos you find that a local business has got, 99 of those videos will have no visibility. They won't be promoting them anywhere. They'll have slapped them on a website. I mean, we saw a prime example in Module 1 where the video is great, but it's hidden on a contact page. That video should be, you know, distributed all over. That's a prime example. Or the other option is, again, they've got a video, they are pushing it around places, but the video's not great, and it's not converting for them. They're not getting any traction from it, so they're now looking at that video as being, well, my video doesn't work, it doesn't get me any customers. What you're sending here, and how this is worded, is you're going to show them what's wrong with it and how they're going to improve it. Okay, so they're going to want to know this because they've already invested the time to create that video. They've already invested in that. So this approach in email works incredibly well to get replies and interest for this. Now, again, guys, following up. Now, I've covered this same slide in every single approach email, but I'm going to cover it in this again, just in case this is the first approach you're watching. Following up, you always follow up your emails and approaches. You know, businesses miss emails, forget to respond, delete by mistake. We need to at least have another bite at the apple. The follow-up's easy. It's the same thing again, we just change the subject line. So the subject line is, did you get my email on? You put your day in there. Hi, just check and see if you received my email on day in there. So that'll be Monday, say, for example. As I haven't had a response, so making sure you didn't miss it. Here's what I sent below. And you just copy and paste the approach email. This one we've just seen. So again, guys, it works incredibly well, and this will squeeze out more responses. And when we get responses, that's when we can respond and explain the types of things we can do to improve the videos, in this case, for the businesses that we're actually tapping into. So that, guys, brings me to the end of this approach and the end of the 3 approaches here on how you can sell video and video services to those businesses out there in multiple niches that either have video or don't have video right now. It's as easy as this, guys. Just copy and essentially replicate what we're doing here.